Let's unpack this. Imagine for a moment a future where artificial intelligence isn't just, an experimental tool tucked away somewhere. Instead, picture AI as an active, almost breathing part of how a massive bank operates. Like really integral. From the front lines, helping customer service, all the way up to the executive suites, actually shaping strategy. We're talking about a really significant foundational shift, and it's happening right now with an institution you definitely know, Wells Fargo. They're making what can only be described as a bold leap into AI agents. And what makes this so remarkable is just how comprehensive, how pervasive this integration is. It's far more ambitious than what most banks are even thinking about today.
Yeah, what's truly fascinating here, and what really sets this apart, is that this isn't just another tech upgrade. Not just a pilot program. This feels like a defining moment for what we call agentic deployment in financial services. And when we talk about AI agents here, we're moving beyond simple chatbots or automated scripts. We're talking about sophisticated software entities designed with, a significant degree of autonomy. These are intelligent programs that can perform specific tasks independently or semi-independently. They interact with complex systems, maybe even other AIs. Think of them less like passive tools and more like dynamic digital collaborators, right in the fabric of the bank's daily work.
Absolutely. And it feels like a game changer, doesn't it? Not just for Wells Fargo, but potentially for the whole industry. And our mission today in this deep dive is to really explore the specifics of this groundbreaking move. We'll look at Wells Fargo's expanded collaboration with Google Cloud, examine the tangible, real-world applications of these agents across the bank, how it works day to day. We'll dive into the strategic implications. What does this mean for their long-term vision, their competitive edge? And maybe most interestingly, we'll look into why this bold move stands out so much against broader industry trends, where frankly, many are still pretty hesitant. And all of this is grounded in insights from that recent PYMNTS article, Wells Fargo Embraces Enterprise AI with Google Cloud, from August 5th, 2025. So yeah, get ready to rethink how a major bank operates and AI's role within it. So let's get right into the core news that's really making waves. Wells Fargo isn't just dabbling, they are rolling out AI agents across all levels of its workforce. Now that phrase, all levels, it's not hyperbole, right? This isn't some small, contained experiment hidden away. We are talking about a deployment so broad, so deep, it covers incredibly diverse areas, call centers interacting with millions of customers, the complex world of corporate and investment banking, even internal operations, the stuff that keeps the engine running. It's just a really ambitious vision, a future where AI isn't separate. It's a pervasive, intelligent layer enhancing every single part of the business, top to bottom.
Indeed. And the how behind this, the tech enabling it, is just as crucial. It's not a brand new relationship, actually. It's an expanded collaboration with Google Cloud, specifically using their Google Agent Space platform. And this is key. Agent Space isn't just like generic cloud storage. Think of it as a specialized toolkit. It's designed to let big companies like Wells Fargo not just use AI, but to build, customize, and deploy their own intelligent agents quickly across their existing complex systems. This platform is what's equipping the workforce, and they really mean everyone. Customer service reps, marketing teams, the bankers managing big portfolios, even top executives making strategic calls. Each role gets these tailored AI agents and tools. It changes their daily tasks, their decision-making. It's genuinely horizontal across the whole organizational chart, not just stuck in one silo.
And what really hammers home the strategic significance here is that Wells Fargo itself views this move, deploying AI agents from top to bottom, as foundational to its long-term strategy. Just think about that word, foundational. This isn't a temporary trial, not a pilot they might cut back. It's not about chasing the latest tech trend either. No, this is being treated as a core, indispensable piece of their future, a pillar for their growth, efficiency, competitive edge, even their ability to adapt. It's a very public commitment to transforming their operational DNA, investing in a future where human ingenuity gets amplified by intelligent automation.
And that commitment, that foundational aspect, points straight to a very clear vision Wells Fargo has articulated. They said, the journey is just beginning, but the vision is clear. A future where generative AI empowers every employee at Wells Fargo, transforming how they work, collaborate, and serve customers. That's incredibly telling, isn't it? It implies a dramatic shift in how humans and machines interact in a huge company. It's not about replacing people. It's about augmenting them, giving them superpowers almost. Imagine every employee having an intelligent assistant, context-aware, handling mundane tasks, giving instant access to info, suggesting next steps. It's not just about speed. It transforms collaboration. It becomes the standard way of working, redefines productivity, letting employees shift from rote tasks to things needing human judgment, creativity, empathy. allowing humans to focus on being human, really.
So, okay, we've got the huge scope, the foundational strategy, but let's get down to brass tacks, the nitty gritty. What can these AI agents actually do? What does this look like day to day for a Wells Fargo employee or even for you, the customer? Because the real power, the transformation comes from the practical stuff, right? Not just the abstract idea. So, generally, these agents can automate tasks, the repetitive, time consuming ones. They can analyze vast amounts of data for insights, provide real time customer service, deliver market insights super fast.
Right. And drilling down, employees across the board get tools that dramatically boost their effectiveness. Imagine needing to grasp a huge, dense report or a super long email chain. These agents can find and summarize that critical info way faster than a human could. They pull out key takeaways, action items, critical data points almost instantly. Plus, they can navigate complex internal policies and procedures like nobody's business. Think about a new hire trying to find some obscure compliance rule or someone needing a rare transaction procedure verified. The AI agent delivers that info in seconds, checking multiple systems. And maybe one of the coolest things, employees can even create custom AI agents for their own specific needs. This sort of democratizes AI development, puts power in the hands of people closest to the problems. Teams can build tailored solutions for their unique workflows instead of waiting for IT. It fosters innovation, agility, local problem solving, really powerful stuff.
Let's zoom in on some specific high-value areas. Maybe start with corporate and investment banking. This is an area where speed, accuracy, timely information, they're absolutely critical. Millions can write on it. Here, AI agents are designed to help with things like answering, triaging, and summarizing complex foreign exchange queries after a transaction. If you've ever dealt with international finance, you know how intricate those can be, right? Multiple currencies, time zones, shifting regulations, reconciliation nightmare.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting clear summaries and responses instantly, that's going to cut down massively on manual work, letting bankers focus on the strategy.
Exactly. And it's not just FX. In corporate and investment banking, these agents will navigate those labyrinthine policies and procedures across different internal systems. That's huge because big banks often have layers of old legacy systems, data silos that don't talk to each other. An AI agent can act like an intelligent layer, pulling info from all those places to give a coherent answer. Imagine a banker needing to assess credit risk using data from 5 different systems. The agent synthesizes it instantly. And crucially, they provide real-time market insights. In trading or deal-making, milliseconds matter. Having AI constantly analyzing market data, news feeds, economic indicators, delivering actionable insights in real time, that boosts decision-making massively. It means bankers can react faster to shifts, opportunities, risks. Less chance of missing out or costly delays. It's about moving from reactive to proactive with better intel.
Okay, now let's pivot. Let's talk about a challenge pretty much every large organization faces, especially a giant like Wells Fargo. Contract management. Just to give you a sense of the scale here, the source mentions Wells Fargo has about 250,000 documents just related to vendor agreements. 250,000. Imagine the human effort, the hours spent sifting through that mountain of paper or digital files just to find one specific thing. Think about legal preparing for an audit or procurement renegotiating terms. It's daunting, slow, and easy to make mistakes.
That volume is immense, almost unmanageable manually. And that's exactly where AI agents shine. They turn that monumental task into a simple query. Instead of people reading page after page, an AI agent queries those docs accurately in a fraction of the time. You need to find every vendor agreement with a specific clause from before 2023, or all contracts up for renewal next quarter above a certain value. The AI agent gives you that list with links almost instantly. So it's not just about huge efficiency gains turning weeks of work into minutes, but also reducing human error. In complex legal and compliance stuff, one missed clause or misinterpretation can lead to big problems. Fines, liabilities. AI enhances accuracy, helps the bank stay compliant, manage risks proactively. It's using AI to master that overwhelming data scale, turning a burden into an asset.
Another huge area, one that impacts pretty much every customer, is customer service. We've all been there, right? That simple question that takes forever, getting passed around, repeating yourself. Ugh. With AI agents, Wells Fargo can really change this experience. These agents can handle a massive volume of routine tasks, answering balance inquiries, replacing lost debit cards, updating info. They seem simple, but they're high volume, and they eat up a ton of human banker time collectively.
Precisely. And the strategic benefit here is huge. Offloading these routine tasks doesn't just speed things up. It fundamentally frees up human bankers for the complex, nuanced, sensitive stuff. Crucially, it lets them build deeper customer relationships. Instead of processing card replacements, they can give tailored financial advice, understand long-term goals, resolve unique problems needing empathy and judgment. It's a shift towards more value-added human interaction, which is key. Plus, these agents aren't just for simple tasks. They could provide personalized, data-driven advice and product recommendations. Imagine an AI analyzing your spending, income, history to proactively suggest a better savings account, a relevant loan, maybe even an investment strategy. It personalizes banking on a massive scale, moving from transactional to advisory. Better customer satisfaction, potentially more revenue too. Makes every interaction potentially more impactful.
And beyond the customer-facing roles, these AI agents were also boosting internal operations and search, transforming how employees access company knowledge. The source mentions using Google's Notebook LM through Agent Space. That sounds incredibly powerful for internal research and collaboration. What it means is employees can upload their own documents, presentations, spreadsheets, meeting notes, research, historical data, whatever, and then they can query the AI agent directly on that specific information, ask questions, do deep research, conduct analysis on their own team's private data, like having a super smart research assistant on call.
Yeah, it's a fundamental evolution beyond traditional search, like light years beyond. Usually internal search is keyword-based, right? Often gives relevant results. You sift through tons of stuff or rely on asking that one person who knows everything. With AI agents, search becomes multimodal, including images, diagrams. An employee could upload, say, a complex diagram or a process flow screenshot, ask a question in plain English, and get answers based on text and visuals. They can now ask natural language questions about data found in huge employee handbooks, dense corporate policies, operational tools that were once siloed. The impact on internal knowledge management and employee productivity is profound. It turns the entire organizational knowledge base, every document, policy record, into this vast, queryable conversational database. No more digging through old sites, sending emails, hunting for the right person. Info comes almost instantly. Think about onboarding new hires. All that knowledge right there.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think, where Wells Fargo really stands out. They're not just adopting AI like lots of companies. They're doing it in a way, at a scale, with a commitment that very, very few others are matching. The scope, the top-to-bottom strategy. It makes them one of the first, maybe the first, major commercial bank to comprehensively adopt AI agents across its entire operations. This isn't just another tech story. It's a huge marker in financial services. Signals a deep belief in this tech's transformative power.
That's a crucial point. The Google Cloud blog post itself, commenting on this, actually called it a defining moment for agentic deployment in financial services. Coming from Google, who sees global trends and works with everyone, that's a strong statement. It says a lot about how unique and potentially impactful Wells Fargo's move is seen. It doesn't just set a precedent, it might set a new benchmark. It signals a shift others will have to seriously consider, even if they're hesitant right now. It could push competitors to speed up their own AI plans.
But, and this is a big but, we have to immediately bring in the counterpoint. The contrast is pretty stark. Despite Wells Fargo's bold move, the broader financial industry, clearly not jumping in with the same enthusiasm. In fact, many CFOs across the sector are hesitant, cautious, maybe even skeptical about widespread agentic AI. It's this real duality. One major player leaps ahead, while a big chunk of the industry holds back.
And that hesitation isn't just a feeling, it's quantified. That July PYM-NTS intelligence report, the two faces of AI, GenAI's triumph meets agentic AI's caution. It surveyed financial leaders and found, well, a stark reality. Only 15% of CFOs said they were even considering deploying agentic AI. 15%. That's a massive gap between Wells Fargo at the cutting edge and the mainstream sentiment. It's not just about speed. It seems like a fundamental difference in approach and how risk is perceived.
So, okay, that begs the obvious question. What's holding them back? Why all the caution, the reluctance, when a peer is going all in so confidently? What's the main hurdle stopping others from taking a similar leap?
The primary reason cited by those CFOs, and it's a deep one, is basically a lack of trust. It boils down to the idea that agentic AI means ceding some control to these autonomous or semi-autonomous agents. And in finance, where precision, compliance, risk management, accountability, they're paramount, right? Where a small error can have huge financial or reputational fallout. So the idea of an autonomous system, making decisions, executing transactions, talking to customers without constant human oversight, that's a big mental hurdle. Yeah. And an operational one. This fear of ceding control, it's tied to responsibility, legal liability, and that basic human need for oversight, especially with money, sensitive data, complex rules. It requires a profound shift in the mental model, moving from direct human control to human oversight of AI processes. And building that level of trust in autonomous systems, it takes rigorous testing, transparency, proven reliability. It can't just be assumed. It's complex, iterative, needs real confidence and investment.
Right. So, given that widespread hesitation and those very real concerns about control and risk, it's absolutely critical to look at how Wells Fargo and Google are handling this. It can't just be about speed and efficiency, especially in banking. It just can't. There has to be a strong focus on doing it responsibly.
Absolutely. And it's not an afterthought for them, it's front and center. Both Wells Fargo and Google are focused on developing responsible AI. This isn't just talk or a compliance thing. It's essential in a sector built on trust and strict rules. Wells Fargo specifically has taken proactive steps. They've implemented robust internal AI governance, comprehensive policies, dedicated oversight bodies. This structure ensures deployment aligns with all their regulatory obligations, GDPR, CCPA, banking regs, and their corporate values, like ethics and customer protection. Responsible AI here means clear guardrails, transparent audit trails for AI decisions, strong data privacy, identifying and mitigating bias, and always having human oversight ready to step in. This level of proactive governance is key to building the trust that many other CFOs seem to lack right now. It shows that giving operational control to AI doesn't mean giving up responsibility or accountability. It's about empowering humans to design, monitor, and refine how the AI works.
And circling back to where we started this deep dive, that commitment to responsible AI really underpins their whole vision. It confirms the bank truly sees AI agents as foundational to its long-term strategy, not just a tech trend they're playing with. It's an investment in how they'll operate for years to come.
Exactly. And that brings us back to that powerful statement, capturing the transformation. The journey is just beginning, but the vision is clear. A future where generative AI empowers every employee at Wells Fargo, transforming how they work, collaborate, and serve customers. This vision implies work in banking will be fundamentally different, irrevocably so. It's not just about automation or cost cutting, it's redefining roles, enabling higher level problem solving, fostering innovation, strengthening customer relationships. It's about creating a more efficient, intelligent, and ultimately more customer-centric financial world. Wells Fargo's move could reshape the definition of work, not just in banking, but potentially across other knowledge-heavy industries too, setting a new, ambitious standard for integrating AI deep into the daily fabric of large companies, impacting everything from hiring to how organizations are structured.
So let's recap what we've unpacked today in this deep dive. We've seen Wells Fargo making this huge strategic integration of AI agents across its entire operation, every level. We explored the transformative impact on specific workflows, customer service, contract management, internal operations, knowledge search, really practical changes. And we recognized their position as a trailblazer, standing out from the caution in the broader industry, all built on a clear commitment to responsible AI.
Which leaves us with a really compelling, maybe even urgent question to think about. What does Wells Fargo's pioneering stance on AI agents mean for the future of trust, human responsibility, and that human-AI collaboration in finance? And maybe more personally, what new skills, what new competencies will employees and leaders need as this transformation unfolds across the industry? The implications are vast, and things are definitely shifting.
Exactly. This deep dive was really crafted for you, the listener, who wants to understand not just what's happening at the cutting edge of finance and tech, but why it matters and what questions we should all be asking about what comes next. We hope we've given you plenty to chew on and maybe sparked a few new questions of your own.